time for the city. Yeah, same aura as before. The smoke got blowing orange laws, meaning you pursue at your own cost. Last of a breed to do it how we was taught. Gods in the rafters covering you and yours. Gather around.
All right, gauges are good. Everything's set up. All right, man. We're alive. We're here. We're doing it. What's good, Knicks Nation? This is gonna be a tough one. What up, Knicks Nation? Welcome to a KFTV post-game live. All right, the New York Knicks went and traveled down to Disney World to take on the Orlando Magic, and looking to get revenge because we know that the Knicks lost to the Orlando Magic not too long ago. We're talking about last week, 124 to 107. So you were hoping that this team would be engaged, ready to go, and get the get back against the Magic, and it looked like they were about to do so. Knicks were coming out pretty strong. You had Brunson and Bridges doing the damn thing, getting their shots early, even had a nice steady lead in the first quarter. But the Magic do what they typically do best, which is play gritty, play tough, and they keep chomping at the bit, man, and they work their way back into this game. Even though the Knicks would maintain a lead going into halftime, that thing would certainly flip because the third quarter of doom decided to rear its ugly head, man. We decided to, even though it looked like it was competitive in the third, you just kind of felt like, where's the energy? You just felt like, where's the energy going for this team? And before you know it, fourth quarter came, and this team decided to just quit, flat out quit. No other way, no sugarcoating it. It wasn't just bad defensive effort. This team just hung it up bright and early, said, we're going back home, man. But they're not. They're going back on the road to keep traveling. So Knicks will ultimately lose this one in a poor fashion after looking like they were ready to compete with the Orlando Magic. They will lose this one 133 to 121. So we made some slight improvements. Okay, we got over 107. But we would still lose to a Magic team that came out hot and was looking to show the league that they're ready to compete. All right, people, let's talk about this. Make sure to call in through the Discord tonight, okay? Make sure that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Like I said, call in through the Discord. TM, let the good people know where it is. Just drop the link in the chat so people can go through. I want to hear your takes, people. As TM already put in the chat, are we cooked? Yes? No? Maybe? It looks like some of you are saying yes because we got 44% saying yes after 165 votes. So if you are feeling a certain type of way, make sure to call in today. We want to get your thoughts and opinions on the New York Knicks right now. CK, my guy, you had to watch this entire thing and talk about this entire thing in real time. Shout out to you for being the play-by-play extraordinaire. How are you feeling, bro? How are you feeling about this team right now? How are you feeling about this game?
I was about to get upset that this damn turkey's in our face while we talking about the Knicks and
Oh my God,
talking about, and of course of all people carving up the turkey, the same person that was carving up our defense. Alex, I'm not happy, man. It's just, I understand we talked about this, right? About the time of the season for OG to be out and all that fun stuff. This. People, I know we're gonna get the calls tonight. I know we're gonna get the comments tonight. We didn't have OG. Shamet went down. McBride. This loss was bigger than that to me. They didn't have their best player, and we still had arguably. I'm trying so hard, Alex. I'm trying. I'm trying. We still had our all-stars. You know what I mean? We had our all-stars, and you know what? Jalen Brunson, shouts to him. He hit, like you mentioned, him and my boy Bridges. They did what they could. Towns figured it out in the second half, barely. But man, to watch Franz Wagner and to watch Shorthand Magoo Desmond Bain, to watch Anthony Black, to watch, I can go down the entire roster, to watch these dudes tiptoe through the paint and score in layup line fashion on us. It's like it slowly drained. There was a point in the play-by-play where I got silent because I couldn't believe that we watched a real-life version of Alex. I know you grew up playing some Madden, maybe a little bit or not. When Madden back in the day, I said this in play-by-play, you could run the same play over and over and over and over again.
You're talking about that Michael Vick era.
That's what I'm talking about. And the defense wouldn't adjust to figure it out. The Knicks looked like that defense that didn't adjust while the Magic kept spamming run up the middle. They kept doing it over and over and over. Thank God Mike Brown had to run on the court to call a damn timeout because it was deja vu over and over. Bro, I understand that, NBA today, offense is better, offense is this, offense is that. But if we can't even guard the interior even a little bit, and you're going to talk to me about this person's missing, that person's missing, but we still out there running a 4-guard rotation with Towns, who already know is not great defensively in the paint while they're killing us in the paint. The game it was just all over the place with nonsense today, Alex. I don't even know where to start. We could talk about officiating. That was fun. That was a great time. I watched poor Kolek get punched in the face and get called a foul for it. That was a great time. The one time Josh Hart doesn't move on the screen, he still gets called for a movie screen. We're having fun for basketball today. Real good time, you know what I mean? Good shots from Mikal Bridges. We had another 6-point first half from Karl-Anthony Towns. I know his stats at the end look good, but Alex, Karl-Anthony Towns, also number 2, had 6 points in one half. Make that make sense. I can go down the list on how chaotic this whole thing was. So for those that are going to be like, yo, CK, we didn't have OG. This is bigger than that. And look, man, I need this footage from game on Dallas and game today. Obviously, there's a lot of losses that were big, but primarily these two. The way that Dallas and Orlando just tiptoed through the paint on us needs to be studied, needs to be addressed, and needs to be figured out. Because it just felt like it didn't matter what we did offensively. I don't care if we scored 150. Magic would have had 175 because it was that easy. So that's why I was pissed off when we had the nerve to throw Franz Wagner down there carving a damn turkey on this show because I felt attacked.
Hey, man, I don't blame you feeling attacked. I don't blame you. And look, the thing is, too, is that we faced this team last week, and they took us out. I didn't like the excuse of saying, hey, it's the second night of a back-to-back, and the Magic, tired legs. It's early in the season, bro. Like I didn't buy that last week. Too early in the season to say guys are too tired. Last week, the Magic just out-physicaled the New York Knicks, all right? You know what they did again today? They out-physicaled the New York Knicks. We could talk about the refs. We could talk about all those things. It doesn't matter. You got to go against the adversity. There's always going to be adversity. And the thing that really irritates me about this, CK, is that the Magic are probably on the lower end of physicality when you got the Detroit Pistons that you got to look forward to, who's leading the league right now. They're playing the Milwaukee Bucks. And not saying that I'm afraid. I do think this team can compete. This team can compete. Don't misunderstand my frustration. This team can compete. This team just needs to get into the right mindset to compete. And that's the thing. And that's what bothers me the most, is that in the fourth quarter, you just let go of the rope. You were working so hard throughout 3 quarters, and then you said, nah, I want to go home. You said, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I want to go home. That's disgusting to me. There was a team not too long ago, and we could talk about it in the Tibbs, and we all know the differences. Whatever. But I saw a team at least want to compete on a night-to-night basis. Does this team want to compete on a night-to-night basis? Even when you go look against Dallas, right? You look against Dallas, and I get it. It's the league. Anybody can win. I get all that. But this team's got bigger aspirations, bro. This team's got bigger aspirations. Can we show that you want bigger aspirations? Can you guys play like you actually want to win and dominate and show to the league like, hey, this is who we are? I get it that I don't expect 110% every single night throughout 82 games. I get that you're trying to pace yourself for the long regular season to get yourself to April. I get that. But there have to be games. There has to be, a set of games or games that you mark on the calendar and say, this is where we're going to make our mark, and this is where we're going to let the league know who we are. And against the Orlando Magic, who got you last week, you didn't come back and say, guess what? We're going to show you who we are. That bothers me, bro. That bothers me. And what bothers me even more is, like I said, is that you couldn't shoot well last time against them. You now shoot better this time, and then you just give up. Like, I just can't, bro. I can't. This team's got to get more serious than this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not expecting to win all 82 games. I'm not expecting them to play 110% every single night. That's the whole reason why we wanted to move on from Tibbs. We want creativity, think about the bigger picture, compete for the championship. I get that. But like I said, you got to choose games that you want to go in there and go compete against. This should have been a game, and it wasn't. Instead, you just gave up. That stuff bothers me, bro. Bothers me.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like you said, it's not. We're not gonna win every single games, but Lord have mercy, habits create good habits, and we are doing the opposite of that. Like Wednesday. I mean, and we're happy we got the win, but Lord, and we escaped with that one. We got it the way that we got it. You would think on both the things you brought up, the fact that we lost to this Orlando Magic team already. We know that the Orlando Magic, at least in regular season play, always seem to have our number. That should already juice you up. But then on top of that, you escape with the win the way you did on Wednesday, and you're like, whoo, we can't do that again. You would think with both of those, you would come out today with a completely different energy. And honestly, in the first 3 minutes, it felt that way. 5 minutes. I'll give them 5 minutes. In the first 5 minutes, it felt that way. We took that 10-point lead. Brunson and Bridges couldn't miss. Like, the defense was actually solid. And then it's like, all of a sudden, like, whoo, that's all we got. That's it. Oh, all right. Hey, go ahead, Orlando. That's all we got for you. We tried it. Go ahead and see what you guys got now. Like, that's the stuff that kills me, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to start creating those habits now. And that's what I'm more frustrated about. And you hit it perfectly. It's not like this is the first time we're seeing Orlando. We just saw them. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, Orlando in the regular season, we just love to give them that chance. And now we're gonna have to listen to that stupid song again on social media, bro. So it's gonna piss me off. It doesn't matter if you follow them. It doesn't matter if you block them. It don't matter. I'm gonna scroll on IG. First thing I'm gonna see is some nonsense. Orlando Magic. They're probably gonna use this clip and then throw the damn song on there. I can't stand that team, bro.
Bro, and here's the thing. Like, I got family in Orlando too, so like I know they're gonna be texting me. I know they're tapping in right now. I do know they're watching right now, and I know they're gonna be texting me after this and bugging me because they're trying to get my son to be a Magic fan and not a Knicks fan. And I'm like, what? Like, geez, man, just relax over there. All right, don't even start to go in that direction. Not gonna happen. Never will. Cool it. But hey, man, it's just tough. Absolutely tough. Just going out like this. And look, this is a soft part of the schedule. We talked about this last week, CK. It's a soft part of the schedule, in our opinion, and where I get that we're dealing with injuries right now. We'll talk about Shamet being injured. I know we didn't have McBride tonight. He was out due to illness. Tried to give it a go through warmups. That obviously didn't pan out well. But when you're looking at what this team has in front of them, and not having OG and stuff, you're just looking for this team to stay afloat during this time period. And look, they have a chance to bounce back on Monday against the Brooklyn Nets. They're going to have the Hornets. Then you got to go deal with the Milwaukee Bucks. You got Toronto. Those two teams back, like not necessarily back to back, but November 28th and November 30th. Two tough teams you got to go compete against. And we know we're not going to have OG back yet, but it's still, you know, guys got to go out there and compete. And when you see games that you have in your grasp like this one, you got to win them, man. You just got to win them. And that's what's even more frustrating. It's like, it was right there in the fourth quarter. You said, nah, not anymore, man. But let's talk about, I guess let's quickly talk about Landry Shamet and his injury. Which sucks, bro. Just sucks. Dude has been instrumental to this team. We saw him, you know, run into the screen by Wendell Carter, and looks like this guy just likes to take out our team, man. That's just what's going on.
Man.
But same shoulder. You just saw Landry fall to the ground, get back up, run straight to the locker room. No question, no nothing. He just bolted for it. I feel bad for Shamet. It looked like he dislocated his shoulder. So we'll get more information as the days go by, right? And here we have, shout out to Gamba, our producer, throwing that up on the Jumbotron. Christian Winfield has tweeted out saying, Mike Brown says Landry Shamet is going to get a full evaluation in the next couple of days. Shamet appeared to dislocate his shoulder in the first quarter, and we saw that. So hopefully he can have a quick recovery. Obviously, he returned after separating his shoulder during the preseason last year, and he was able to come back around December, January. So hopefully he can return again. He's just been very instrumental to what this team has needed, just a constant 3-point shooter, just bringing energy off the bench. He not kind of does, but he brings that same energy as Josh Hart, just willing to hustle, ready to compete. And we need that type of stuff, man, especially more 3-point shooting. He's been critical to why the Knicks have been a good 3-point shooting team. So him missing some time is certainly going to hurt. Not sure how much time he's going to miss, but he is getting evaluated. And, there's going to be a recovery time before he touches the court. What are your thoughts?
Right. I think, especially with OG being out, I think what's the main thing that we're gonna miss about him is just another guy that, like you said, is gonna put shots up. So now, if I'm so and so off the bench, and I feel like my man Mike Brown was trying everybody and anybody, which is what you probably should do. Now it's time for the Josh Harts, I don't have to say Clarkson because we know he gonna put shots up, but
Mm-hmm.
like the Koleks, if he continues to get opportunities, Diawara even, Pacon, whoever it is, it's time for them to step up on the offensive end. Hopefully the Deuce thing is just tonight and he's good to go for Monday. But that's the biggest thing I'm seeing, because what Shamet brought to this team was energy. And bro had confidence through wazoo. Whether he was missing or whether he had the 36.9 he had, he was confident out there. And just the swagger from him was great to start off this season. And now with that gone, I think that it's bigger than just the points he adds to the team. It's just that whole vibe, that whole energy. Somebody's going to need to step up and fill that void. I think that's going to be very crucial. I like what Kolek did tonight. Obviously, statistically, it's not the greatest thing, but I thought he had some moments where he was actually trying to push the pace. We got turnovers. He saw Bridges in the break. He was looking to get it to Hart a few times. So that I'm looking at those guys. The next up, whether it's Clarkson or whether it's a young guy, who's going to fill in that overall role that Landry Shamet was helping us with when OG went out, because we need energy and we need to not be scared to shoot the ball. So that's what I'm looking for. Losing Shamet's big, man.
Losing Shamet is absolutely big. Going to be tough, man. And now it's just for the next man up. And, it's interesting how this season is starting to unfold for New York right now. And look, it's good to have adversity. You got to be able to fight through it. No one's going to have it easy. Knicks were very lucky last season with the health that they had, especially to their starters for the most part. But damn, man, like they got to figure this stuff out. I mean, we only had Shaman in there for 3 minutes and then he went out. So is it going to be Tyler Kolek? McBride is going to be certainly leaned upon more once he's fully healthy to just continue to put up shots. It's do you find something in Diawara as the season goes on? There's just so many questions. Do you go out and get somebody? And getting back to my original point is, it's interesting how the stories unfold for injuries, because Landry Shamet and we had Malcolm Brogdon start the season. Brogdon's like, nah, man, I'm going to retire. I'm done. It was like, okay, so Shamet's going to make it. Now Shamet gets injured. And it's like, man, wow, feels like we're just at square one all over again. So now we got to figure out what's going to happen. Because Dadier, I see people putting Dadier in the chat. I don't see that happening, bro. I don't see that happening. But hey, that's just me. I'd like to be proven wrong. Yeah, I just like to be proven wrong. But I won't go too far into details on that. But thanks to everyone chiming in the chat as always. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post game live. The New York Knicks fall to the Orlando Magic 133-121. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Make sure to call in through the Discord. We're about to get to callers next. Shout out to all of our franchise channel members. I see Junior Karoma in here. You're always in here, my guy. We got Atla the Great. Shout out to you. Shout out to Gamba. He's producing and in the chat, hanging out with all you. We got John Talento in here as well. Eddie Suarez, I see you in the chat too. Let's go, baby. I see our guy. Oh, we got the Chief Mon Operation TMB. He's through. He's coming through. We got Christopher Blake in here. Shout out to you. Who else we got in here? We got Bobby Elliott. Shout out to you for being in here. JJ in here as always. Let's go, man. Shout out to all you for coming through. And we got the aggravated man. You might be aggravated tonight, bro. You might be aggravated tonight. And we got my guy Do Things. Shout out to all you guys for being in here in the chat. I see Mr. Dons as well. Shout out to you, my guy. All right, now let's get to some of these calls, CK. Let's see what the people are thinking and how they're feeling tonight. So we're going to bring in the KnicksFix. KnicksFix, what's going on, my man? How you feeling? Yo, KnicksFix.
Yo, Alex, CK, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
now we
sir.
can hear you. What's good, bro?
Dude, what's going on tonight, man? Yo, this is all right, man. I just got a few points that I got to make tonight, man. I got to get this off my chest. That defense is the worst I've seen the Knicks have played in years, man. Like, we go from
Yep.
a coach who has no offensive ideas to a coach now who has no defensive ideas. Like CK said it earlier, like, bro, we're just gonna have Ole line to the hoop, man. Like, nobody can stop a drive like Wagner. Straight through, boom, bully ball. If he wasn't going in, he was just pulling off on a three. You know what it is, man. The look of the team has the same. I've been watching the Knicks so many years, bro. The look of the team has the same look like when Riley left, and then the Knicks got Don Nelson. Do you guys remember that? Like
Yep.
that team was completely
Damn.
checked out. Like Mason was the only dude who balled out. That dude ended up being like McHale. But the rest of the team, the whole defensive identity and the integrity was lost, man. Like, it looks like if you look at the end of these games, bro, the Knicks look checked out. Like they're not playing. Like, Cat, like, bro, 6 points. CK said 6 points, and then the shot completely abysmal on the road, man. The defensive end, he's useless. The more we lose, the more and the Bucks lose, the more now the topic is going to swing to, oh, is Giannis available? I don't know, man. Like this I thought Brown was supposed to be the defensive guru, man. Like what's going on, man? I'm concerned, bro. I'm concerned.
On a scale of 1 to 5, where's your concern right now?
You know what, fellas, the record is the same as last season. We were 9-6 at the same point last year. So I would say right now it's like I think it's a 4. The way that we're losing these games, right? The way that we're losing these games is what, like, you have to see them make adjustments game to game. Like, you can't go from losing last week to this team and then getting mollywopped the next week, right? Like, it's the way that we're losing the games. Like sometimes we're playing zone, sometimes we're playing man, sometimes we're playing 2-3, 3-2, like, and then like it's abysmal, fellas. I'm concerned. All right, man.
Right.
Let's see what's stay easy, fellas.
Peace to you, KnicksFix. Always appreciate you calling in, my man. And yeah, there you have it. KnicksFix on a scale of 1 to 5 said 4. He is concerned, man. He's about to hit, code red. He's about to hit code red. He said, nah, what's going on, bro? I need help. I need help. I can't be doing this. And you know what? I understand the frustration with this defense, bro. I mean, this is what's crazy. You ready for this one? This is what's crazy.
Maybe.
Jonathan Isaac only had 6 points tonight. All 6 points, he was wide open. Wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open, bro. Like it was just shocking to be like, yo, we gonna put a man on this guy? Like, I know he's only 6 points, but those are the easiest 6 points I've seen.
Wide open where though, Alex? I just want you to emphasize that point. Where
it was in the paint. It was in the paint.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was in the paint. He got 2 easy dunks, and then he got an easy layup. And it's like, yo, we're gonna it is craziness. Absolute craziness. What's even more crazy, CK, is that we couldn't guard the paint, which is typically what we're good at. We're typically good.
Yeah.
We're typically good at guarding the paint, but we couldn't guard the paint and we couldn't defend the 3-point line. That's absurd. They shot 39% against us from downtown. We are leaving practice shot threes open. This is disgusting out here, man. Defense has got to be better than this. It has got to be better than this. And, Mike Brown, I know he hangs his hat on being a defensive coach, but it is, look, I know it's meant to be opportunistic, and when you don't have OG, that's kind of tough because he knows how to jump passing lanes, and he's a physical defender, and he can guard 1 through 5. It's, when you don't have him, and if it's going to look like this is rough. Absolutely rough. But it's got to be better than this, man. It's got to be better than this.
Yeah, you got to pick a struggle at the very least. And that, even saying that, I don't want to do that. I want to be well-rounded defensively. Yeah, you're going to have your nights, but yeah, you can't be bad at both, especially when we were so successful at one. I was talking about that in the play-by-play. Like especially in Dallas and tonight, it just felt like that fear that we once had of, going to the paint. It disappeared. Like I'm watching guys attacking Mitch, and it made me feel the type of way. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm not saying it's all on Mitch. I do feel like there was some moments where Mitch was obviously he has this problem against guarding bigs that can shoot. We know that, but it just felt like the way that both Dallas and Orlando manipulated Mitch to get out of the paint. So it would be like a Towns down there or whichever guard, name the guard that's down there helping on defense, and they kept attacking us. It made me feel the type of way. I'm just like, yeah, we got to work on that. Like, I understand the perimeter defense is bad too, but we can't now also, like you just mentioned, lose the interior part, because that was our bread and butter at the very least. We can't talk about, well, when Mitch comes back. Mitch right there.
Yeah.
He's right there. I'm looking at Mitch right there. We got to get that together. So to me, that is, I'm not as critical as the chat right now. I'm talking about Mike Brown's got to go. I'm not saying that, but I will say that is a note that needs to be addressed going forward with practice. We got to get that back together for sure. But again, it all just comes down to effort. To me, that's how I personally feel with something like that.
100%.
Especially, it's effort. So it's something, I don't know if they need to go see a movie together, or they just I don't know what they need to do.
Sing Kumbaya.
I don't something, because it's an effort thing, and they need to be bought back in on applying effort on the defensive side. We get the offense, this, that, and the third. We want to move, blah, 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 but if we're in the process of trying to figure out the offense, but then dwindling at a crazy rate defensively, then we're going the wrong way. So yeah, the interior, we really got to somehow bring that back to what it once was. So we can't have both being a struggle. We got to pick a struggle for sure. Alex, that's what we need to talk to an assistant coach that can give us that answer, because I have no idea.
Hey, man.
Like I said, what do you do to build that? High five. It's like, I don't know. Go play the Switch 2 together. Like I don't know what they need to do, but it's 100% an effort thing, and they got to put some damn effort on that for sure.
It's absolutely an effort thing, and I see people in the comments saying Mitch, like, starting to get on Mitchell Robinson, and look, Mitch has not looked fully healthy at all. I could say that. Like, it is obvious he's not playing at 100% right now, but we do know what he's capable of when he is 100%. And so while I see people are upset with Mitchell Robinson right now, I'm not going to put the blame on him. I mean, the guy played 17 minutes tonight. Actually, what's funny, CK, is when I was doing the preview for this matchup, I said that Mitch didn't play in game one, and then I saw in the comment section he did play in game one, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's sad," because you could stick, like, you could remember when Mitch is playing, because he just usually stands out by how impactful he is, and I'm like, wow, I thought he wasn't playing. That tells you how unimpactful he was in that game, and tonight it's the same thing. Like, he was just not impactful, and it's you could see the way that he's moving. He's just not right. Even when he was guarding Franz at the perimeter, he doesn't even look like that. He's not moving the same right now. And I get it. It's probably it's because of the ankle injury, dealing with the preseason, why he's missed some time, and that's why they're monitoring him to get him right, and why he hasn't really played as many minutes. And you don't want to sit him completely and not get any burn and not be in game shape. But you're seeing it right now that he's clearly trying to work back into his, stellar form. But I'm not going to say that, hey, we're going to be just getting rid of Mitch right now and all that.
For sure, yeah. But this is why I'm team, if we got to rest him on back-to-backs, do what you got to do. Because, yeah, like, it's clear. Like, shout out to him. I'm glad that we've seen him play consistently. But if that is the case, we're not saying it is, but it definitely seems like it's playing a factor, then this is why I don't care if he plays a little amount of the season but is predominantly healthy for the offseason, because that's when we're going to need him to not look like this version of Mitch. So if it is an injury thing and he needs to rest it, and he had to skip today's game so he could play on Monday, or maybe he misses Monday and then plays Tuesday, you got to do what you got to do. But that for sure, the Dallas game, and for sure tonight, Mitch's impact was, it was
There.
not very noticeable, you know.
Yeah, it was there in the sense of like it was there. And I see everyone getting on me for defending Mitch. All right, people. You all weren't talking too much when he was helping us in the postseason. Huh?
Yeah, no. It's not
Come
a
on,
sole
man.
Mitchell Robinson problem, but we got to call it where we see it for sure right now. But again, yeah, to just blatantly blame Mitch, I understand. We lost. It's frustrating. You got to find something to blame. Can't put it solely on Mitch because, again, watch the game again. Orlando did a really good job at manipulating him out of spots so they could attack where they attacked. So it's not all on him. But Mitch also, when healthy, knows how to work around that. And we're not seeing that right now. So.
And speaking about taking care of your health,
Anyway.
CK, let's talk about taking care of our health. And look, taking care of your mental health shouldn't be harder than taking care of your physical health. If you pull a muscle, you go see a doctor. But when it comes to finding the right therapist, suddenly it's frustrating. You've got long wait lists, or you're staring down huge out-of-pocket costs. That's what usually stops people from getting help. That's where Rula comes in. Rula makes therapy simple, affordable, and fast. They work with the most major insurance plans, and the average session copay is just $15. $15. That's basically the cost of lunch. But instead of a sandwich, you're investing in your own headspace. And with Rula, you're not just matched and left to figure it out. They check in and make sure you're actually making progress. Every therapist on the platform is licensed, vetted, and picked for their expertise. So you know you're talking to someone legit, not just whoever happens to be available. Getting started couldn't be easier. You answer a few quick questions about what matters to you, and Rula connects you with in-network providers who actually fit your needs. You pick the time, and you could be talking to a therapist as soon as the next day. No weeks of waiting, no endless back and forth. Bottom line, if you've been putting this off, Rula takes away the excuses. Simple, affordable, and actually built to help you get better, okay? So, thousands of guys have already used Rula to finally get the care they needed. Don't keep putting it off. Go to rula.com/KFTV and get started today. That's RULA.com/KFTV. Take the first step, get connected, and take control of your mental health. Shout out to our sponsor, Rula. All right, man. Let's get back to the phones. I know we got Ashwin on the line. Ashwin wants to talk about tonight's game. Ashwin, calling all the way over from India. What's happened, my guy?
Am I audible?
You're good to go, man. The stage is yours.
Okay. Okay. So I might take up on that mental health thing because the game was at 3:30 a.m. for me today, and I have 100 miles of drive right now. I'm in car. So the thing is that people, we can blame Mitch, we can blame Brown about he's not drawing off defense, but I know CK can vouch for this. Towards the end of fourth quarter, when Franz missed two of the layup, that was because Cat actually for once raised his hand to try to defend. The whole other the 3.5 quarters of the game, Cat does not raise his arm even to defend the paint. That is the problem. You can blame anything. You can blame it on anybody. You can say Brunson is the weak link. You can say Mitch is injured or Brown can't drop defensive schemes. But if your center does not raise his arm to defend the paint, how is it gonna work? Because I feel like the Cat playing center during defense is the worst kind of defense I have ever seen in my life. That includes kids playing in parks and any kind of college games I have seen locally. That's how bad I think Cat is on defense. For me, I don't know, like Hart, the thing, you all know how strongly I feel about Hart. Okay, he takes some offensive rebound, but what after that? This $80 million combined in those two players, the caliber of players who we can have with those $80 million. I feel like it's like a broken record. I keep saying that we can't win anything with Cat as center with even 1 minute of him playing as center, and we can't win with Hart playing like more than 18 minutes. 15, I want to say 15 minutes, but I'm being charitable by saying 18 minutes. We have to put the $80 million in a way like we can have Malik Monk or Norman Powell, like players like that for 20 million that Hearts making. And imagine what we can have with 60 million.
What,
We can blame on any other players like OG can't dribble or Mikael isn't physical enough or Mitch is injured, but it's nothing gonna happen unless we can't stop playing hard as a center. That's all, guys.
all right, that's Ashwin calling in from India, and he is frustrated with where the $80 million is going towards. That's what he's saying, CK. He
Pocket
said, yeah, man, he's pocket watch. He said, yo, Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart ain't going to cut it. We got to get something different in here. That's where he's going at.
Spend my money elsewhere. Yeah.
Look, man. Cat playing defense, not a thing. It's not a thing. Yeah, I know you laugh at. I know, man. It's just not a thing. And this is the conundrum, and this is why LD brought up. Look, this is not the second time. This is now the second time in about a week. All right. I don't know if you're here it was me and CP on the last one. LD called in saying, questioning Cat's value of his contract. Right.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
All right. LD questioned Cat's value of what's Cat's value relative to his contract. Then you talk about now Ashwin calling in and complaining about Cat and Hart's contracts. And look, these are all valid questions. This is the conundrum with Karl Anthony Towns. This is why it was so tough to trade him from Minnesota. I'm not the biggest Karl Anthony Towns guy. People knew that once the trade happened. But it's like, they want to go in on offense. This is just kind of who he is, bro. It is like if he's not hitting shots, it's looking kind of like Tim Hardaway Jr. You know what I mean? It's just like a net negative out there.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like, we talked about Jonathan Isaac not like being unguarded around the rim. Who was playing the 5 when he was out there? Cat. You know what I mean? And I get the vision where Karl Anthony Towns and using it, like having him and Brunson paired as the 1-2 punch. We haven't even seen the 1-2 punch.
I was just gonna say, but we don't do it right.
Yeah, so like if that's the case, like what's going on here? And then, as you mentioned, only 6 points in the first half. He's supposed to be our second All-Star, going in here and battling and giving us the scoring punch that we need. And I'm sorry, but like watching the game and looking at the numbers, like he didn't shoot well from the field. I get that he got to the line a lot of times. Nice that the rest were calling that. You can't complain about that tonight. He was getting to the free throw line. But we need more efficiency from the field. 6 of 14 is not great. He's supposed to be dominating in that area because we know we're not going to get defensively. It's tough, man. It's tough, but this is what you signed up for, and this is what's tough and why people question the value of Karl Anthony Towns. Because if you're a $50 million player and you go through the list of people who are making that type of money in the league, you're expecting consistency, and we're not really getting the consistency right now. He's got to be better.
Right. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know what you want me to add to that because I agree with everything both you and Ashwin said. I'm gonna comment on what he said at the end of the game, and I joked about it because it pissed me off because the one time Cat decided to put his arm up, it led to Franz Wagner looking just slightly uncomfortable getting to the rim. What the game was. It was 2 possessions before Mike Brown pulled everybody and brought everyone out. Yeah, I don't fully hate Towns playing the 5. What I hate is just the two-face, like the villain that we get from Towns. I don't know which one we're getting on a nightly basis. Are we getting the aggressive one that goes and gets those big dunks that are we're gonna be seeing highlights of for the week, or are we getting the one that has a small player on him, and instead of just taking him to the rim, he's throwing up a floater? I think Towns. We remember Alex too in the beginning, not in the beginning season, excuse me, in the off season, the very last quote before NBA Knicks basketball started from Karl Anthony Towns was the infamous, ominous quote of, "I don't know my role." So I don't know my role in the offense, right? And it's and for me, your role in the offense is to just go out there and be the guy that everyone is so used to seeing on an offensive level. I understand the defense. We know we're getting there, but I don't want to hear about the conversation about him not getting touches, because you saw in Dallas and you saw today that Bridges and Brunson in a few opportunities and everyone else, they're looking for Towns. And then it just comes down to what he's going to do with it after. So for me with Towns, I just want some consistency on the offensive end. So we can, if we're going to have the conversations about how we know how bad you are defensively, at least we know you're giving us off. Bro's shooting 32% from 3 and proceeds to shoot from logos. Like you mentioned, he's at 21.5 from the season from the it's just a weird spot right now with Karl Anthony Towns. I'm hearing in the chat over and over that he looks dejected. He looks like he doesn't want all these kind of things. And I'm like, man, I don't want to go through this again, please. Because then that's where this conversation is going to start to head. Everyone's going to start talking about that. Towns is this, Towns is that. And I don't know how it's just such an interesting dynamic. I'm hoping that this is something we grow out of, because the beauty of all this conversation, all this frustration is we're doing this in November, right? So the hope is that we get past this. Towns goes back to being that elite level offensive player. Let's be real, it's probably not going to be much better defensively, but again, effort would be nice. That's all I'm asking for. Put your arm up. You see 2 misses from Franz Wagner. But yeah, consistency offensively right now is the time. Shout out to Bridges for giving us some aggression offensively. Brunson was amazing in that beginning, but like we needed Towns in that first half to also get things going, to make things a little bit more uncomfortable for them to watch Towns get. But I don't like what he does, what he's doing right now offensively, because I just don't know what I'm getting. I don't know if he's being aggressive or if he's just trying something new out. We don't have time to try something new out. We need you to go out there and be Karl Anthony Towns, the all-star. So again, everything you and Ashwin said, I agree. We need him to step up, especially with the injuries we got now.
Man.
I can't.
It's just tough. And the thing is, like, even last season when he joined, it's like, oh, like he came out guns a-blazing, just scoring left to right. You're like, all right, even if you're not for the cat trade, right? Even if you were not, you could he at least was giving you something offensively on a regular night-to-night basis where you're like, all right, he's doing his damn thing. Like, you can't even you can't even front and say, hey, he stinks. He's not like this or anything. I'm not even saying that right now, but it's like no one in the fan base could say that, because he was giving you that high-level, efficient offensive production. He's not doing that right now. Got to step it up. Got to turn it around. And he is a big part to what the Knicks are trying to do. All these guys are, man. You brought this you went all in on this roster because you believe that this is the team that can do it, especially with this starting 5, right? That's been the whole conversation. We got one of the best starting 5s out there. You got Mitch. You got McBride off the bench. Clarkson has been solid. We got enough right now, and everybody should be playing like they just want to get back and then further to where they made it last season, which was to the ECF. And that is a long ways away. They could still correct it, but you at least want to see some signs of saying, oh, this team can compete. This team, like, oh, it's one of those nights and all this. But when you see a team like the Magic once again, you just want to see them go out there and just take care of business, man. You just want to see them go out there and take care of business. All right, we got some super chats in here. Shout out to all the people who gave us some super chats. We got, first of all, Uncle Doc 72. Welcome to the franchise channel membership. Same thing to you, BLDBLU. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for joining. We got JP5440 with the $5 super chat. I said, Alex, I didn't watch the game. Can you elaborate on giving up? The team did, as I said, they gave up. They just did not want to play anymore. And they just, were okay with rolling over and letting the Magic just win this game. We got Zach. I'm going ZY Zach. We go with Zach, man. I'm gonna call you Zach. Zach no. With the $10 super chat says, man, we look soft. I'm watching the game and we mentally and physically gave up. Having your feelings about Tibbs, but we were gritty and fought. Even the refs, MB just lets whatever slide. It's annoying. Mike Brown, that is. Hey, man, this team's got to get mentally and physically tough. There are going to be some tougher challenges on the way. This team better come correct. We got Tell the Truth with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you. He says, we have the same exact 9-6 record as we did last year. Looking at our makeup, we have a better team with an easier schedule, and we're doing the same. LOL. Yeah, man. We got a better team, and we're at the same spot. It should be different. We got a light part of the schedule. That's what's even crazier, CK.
Yeah.
We got Cham Star. Shout out to you with the $5 super chat. Said, for what we're paying, we should get better production or get low-cost players and deal with the outcome. Hey. That's what Ashwin's going for. That's what Ashwin's saying, man. If you're going to spend this much money, you better have some high-assisted type players. Shout out to Gamba the Bar for being a franchise channel member for 33 months. And he said...
Oh, Lord.
Gamba pulled out the spoon and said, let me stir the pot real quick. Randall never questioned his role on offense. Equals, I am the hype.
Here we go.
You know what's going to happen.
Here we go. Alex, do we have any other Twitter videos we need to play or no? Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. It's all set. Shout out to Knicks on New York City for being a franchise channel member for $5 super chat. He said, we had Airbnb, Brunson and Bridges, and not much else. Yeah, man, those two guys were cooking. Two guys were cooking. And whew, man. I mean, even Clarkson, you can't even knock Clarkson was doing his damn thing tonight. Clarkson was out there hooping as well. But we just need and Josh was giving you some good production too. Not even going to take it away. I know the rotation on the perimeter is always questionable, but man, tough night. But let's get back to some more calls, CK. Let's get back to some more calls. We got. Let's go with G. We got G on the line. G, are you there?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, man. The stage is yours. What's happening?
What's going on, guys? I'm glad I missed the game today because I live out here in Orlando and I was working, so I couldn't get the day off. But man, we're looking bad. I'm starting to get worried because Orlando's a team that possibly we could face in the playoffs, and they got our number right now. They got the size, and the size is showing that we don't have to compete with them right now. And we don't have the heart right now. This team is not showing any heart, and they're not getting down to getting dirty. How the team was 2 years ago when we had Devo and iHeart, and it just I just don't get it. And you guys are talking about Cat. Cat looked good at the beginning of last year, and he doesn't look like the same guy. I don't. Is it me, or does he even want to be on the team anymore? Right. He doesn't look like he wants to be on the floor.
It's tough, man. Like, he's out there and it's just kind of feels like he's going through the motions. And, you know, CK touched on it. Like, hey, is it not knowing the offense? It looked like he figured it out at some points, but now it's just kind of like, where are you right now? Is the quad injury still there? But then you can't even question that because there's nights where it's like, oh, we're getting some decent production. I have no idea what's going on with Karl-Anthony Towns right now. He's a big question mark.
It's a big question mark, and it's making me wonder, is like, are the guys buying into the new coach? Or like I don't know. That I know it's too early, and I don't want to sound like some other fans, but like something doesn't look right to me.
Hey, man, it looks a little off right now. That's what the rest of the fan base is saying. And appreciate the call, G. Appreciate you for tapping in.
Yep.
So hey, G's saying it looks a little off. I know talking to some people right now saying that the team looks a little off. Like you just look at the body language. I'm not really a big body language guy, but you could see it in moments. But it just feels like people are saying like it feels like the team's just not connected. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of connectivity right now. CK, do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree with that because if they were, I feel like because. Especially Dallas. I keep going back to Dallas. I'm so sorry. But it's just the moments where it's like we were losing, but it wasn't like over. But we just could not get over the hump until we finally did, really at the very, very end. And those are the moments where I feel like it's just, there's something missing. That's why I joked about like going to the movies, kumbaya, getting together and having PS5 night, pizza night. Something's off chemistry-wise. And that's why I feel like there's just something more than just missing the players we're missing. I don't know what Brown does. It felt like morally, as far as like, morale boost, I felt like Mike Brown was doing all the right things to give people confidence, and there was moments when we were on those win streaks that it felt like that was going that way, but I don't know. It's just so inconsistent across the board on so many different levels, from the offense, from the defense, and from a chemistry standpoint. Um, I don't know how you fix that, but it definitely is felt on my side for sure. You don't think so, Alex?
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet to say there's a lack of chemistry. I feel like it's too early.
But isn't that the time to have a lack of chemistry?
That's too early in
right
the
now?
season.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say, hey, guys are still like feeling everybody out and like stuff like that, I think it's more, hey, we're still feeling everybody out and just saying, trying to figure that. But I don't know. Like, it's not, to me, it's not the fact that these guys, like, there's like a massive disconnect because there's like, some disagreements in the locker room or stuff like that.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but it's like, if you want to say the guys are still trying to like get used to one another and like where they're going to be on the floor, and like just trying to know each other's personality, sure, we could talk about that, but I don't think it should be that much. I don't think that part should be that much to like cause this like lack of defense or like, because the thing too, CK, is that if it was that much, we would not see the crisp offense that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. That's like the offense looks like it's ho-humming. It's just really the defense. And that's why, to me, it's like, I think it's way too early to say, hey, there's like issue in the locker room. We just saw these guys go out against Minnesota, Brooklyn, other teams, and just like really like hang 130, 140 on guys. Like, you just don't do that consistently because there's no chemistry. Like, I think they do have some chemistry. I think there's just stuff that they got to work out internally that, defensively, like, I don't know, like that. It could be like, let's say, and this is all speaking hypothetical, right? Let's say guys are just like, it's early in the season. We know what we can do. Maybe it's not even necessarily a connectivity with players. It's more of a arrogance type thing, we're good. Like, some players could be like, because, that's the difficulty in managing a team, is that getting everyone on the same page, mentally prepared to attack in the same way on a night-to-night basis. That's tough. All right. That is tough. And so it could be guys are like, early in the season, we got the dogs to do that. We could turn it up. When I played back in like high school, there's guys like, don't need to practice that hard. I'll turn it up during the game. And it's like, that's not how this works. Like, you talked about it earlier. You got to create habits. And so I could see that being an issue, and that being something to why you like let go of the rope in the fourth quarter. I think guys got to really look at their mental and look at what they're trying to accomplish here and start creating those good habits, as you talked about earlier. That's where I think that's where it stands for me. I don't really think that there's a connectivity issue. I think everyone's having a good time, photos, doing the whole defensive player of the game thing. Like, that's all there. I'm not necessarily worried about that. All right. Let's keep this thing rolling. Let's get to key stats of the night, CK. Let's get to some key stats of the night.
Sure.
And oh, you're ready for this. Okay, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Yeah.
This is your favorite part of the segment. Favorite part of the show. I mean, this is your favorite segment. Let's go, man. All right. So
Especially
New York Knicks.
losses.
Yeah, especially losses. It's fantastic. So New York Knicks would lose to the Orlando Magic once again, 133 to 121. Looking down the stat line, they'd actually tie in the rebounding battle, 36 apiece. And then looking at the assists, they tied there as well with 28 apiece. So these teams were evenly matched, it seemed like. But that would obviously not be the case, because as we continue to go down the line, wow, they still keep matching. 5 steals apiece, too. This game was very tight with how these teams were performing. Blocks, Knicks would win that one 4-2. Turnovers, this is where the Knicks would lose. Knicks had 17 turnovers. Knicks are relatively a low turnover team, but had more turnovers than the Orlando Magic, who had 13. Shooting was very close. Knicks shot 54% from the field, while Magic shot 55%. This is where it starts to get a little bit more different. Magic won this battle, shooting 39% from downtown, while the Knicks shot 35%. And CK's favorite category, the free throw percentage. Magic won this battle too, shooting 87%, while the Knicks shot 79%. Now we can get down to some of the other categories here. We have winning or losing, I should say, the second chance opportunities. They lost 16 to 18. They lost the points in the paint battle. Magic really dominated this one. Magic won 64 to 46. And when it came to fast break opportunities, Magic slightly edged out the Knicks 13 to 12. All in all, this was a close matchup statistically for most of the things. But the key stats to point out were the 3-point shooting, the free throw percentage, and points in the paint and turnovers. CK, what are your thoughts? You got any stats that I didn't even read that you want to point out to me?
No. I'm so glad you closed with the stat that I had highlighted. There's no other stat I want to talk about. Shout out to Bridges. Shout out to Brunson. Great games. But no, the points in the paint is my highlight. 46 to 64. I mean, I feel like I've been talking about that the entire show. Just unacceptable. It was layup lines, easy passes, Madden, run down the middle, easy stuff. So yeah, points in the paint is the one that is just glaring to me. That free throw, bro, we just can't get out of the 70s, bro. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. What is the problem with this in free throws? We can't blame Tibbs because apparently we ain't shooting free throws with Brown either. Like, what is good? What is good? I'm watching my Cap. I'm watching Cat out there. Well, we missing free throws. Bridges, my boy, you too. You ain't safe. We missing free throws, man. I don't understand how on a nightly basis I'm looking at 70-something% from the free throw line as a team. Please. But points in the paint's the biggest highlight for me. That's got to change. 64 points in the paint, man. Sheesh.
64 points in the paint. That has to change indeed. And good Lord, man. Absolutely good Lord. We're shocked that we could even win that category. Just to give you a little highlight, season where the Knicks stand when it comes to points in the paint. Knicks let's see, did this game update? Oh, looks like we updated. Hold on. They're usually at the top, and I can't find them at the top. Where they drop down to? Oof. That is tough. They were middle of the pack. Now we are 23rd when it comes to points in the paint. 47 points in the paint is what we're averaging throughout the season. To give you some perspective, the Detroit Pistons are number 1 with points in the paint, averaging 59 points per game. So there you have it. And then, yeah, man, Knicks not winning the points in the paint battle. That's got to change. It used to be the bread and butter, getting downhill and getting easy buckets. That's got to change. And with your guy Bridges, bro, before I move on, he is so close to having a 50-40-90 split.
I know, right?
He is so close. The free throw shooting's got to get better, man. That's it.
Right. What's going on there, man?
I don't know. This is
You
your
know
guy.
what Chat's gonna say? You know what Chat's gonna say? It's because he doesn't ever get to the free throw line. He don't know how to shoot them. That's what Chat's gonna say.
Jeez.
That's what Chat's gonna say because he's not physical. I already know. And they might be right. Yeah, Bridges, hit your free throws.
And they might be right. That is sad. That is sad. That is sad. But hey, that is Key Stats of the Night, brought to you by our sponsor, SeatGeek. People, use our sponsor, SeatGeek, okay? Let me tell you what SeatGeek does. SeatGeek helps you find tickets that are affordable so that way you can go to any event possible, all right? You can go to concerts, sporting events, whatever you're into. That's the whole point of using SeatGeek. It's the #1 rated ticketing app, so make sure to go support our sponsor. All you got to use our code KFTV10, and you'll get 10% off your tickets. That's right. Use KFTV10 for 10% off your tickets. And when you do go to search looking for tickets, green means good, red means bad. So green means good. Like, think about the traffic light, man. If you see green, go. Just attack. Don't even think twice. Go get it. If you see red, slow down. Wait a minute. All right? Hold up. Wait a minute. That's what you got to do when you see the red. So make sure to support our sponsor, SeatGeek. Use that code KFTV10 for 10% off of your tickets. All right? That's what you got to do. That is what you got to do. All right. Let's get back to the line, CK.
I instantly thought of hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah, man. That's what the Knicks said in the fourth quarter. Hold up. Wait a minute. I want to go home. That's what they said. That is exactly what they said. I heard it word for word over the broadcast. That's what Mike Breen said, too. All right, man. Let's get back to the lines. Let's get to William. William, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, we can hear you. What's going on? What do you think about this game tonight?
Oh, man, the more and more I watch this, man, the more and more I look at the definition of insanity when you do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, because that's what they're doing right now. It's hard to watch because, like I said, a lot of people are saying we were 9-6 last year, but the 9-6 team last year was much more competitive. So
And we go into these games now, and it's like we don't know what we're gonna get. At least last year we kind of had an idea what we were gonna get when we watched the games. We're gonna get a team that was gritty. They're gonna play defense. They were gonna do all this stuff, keep the game close. Now it's like you just like it's a coin toss. You just throw up in the air and it's like, okay, if they hit 23 threes in the game, they're gonna win. But if they don't hit their threes, they're gonna lose. And that's the reason why they don't go to the free throw line, because they shoot so many threes. You can't go to the free throw line if you just chuck threes all day. That's not how you're gonna get in the paint and get contact. Like they gotta find a way to mix it up a little bit more. Because I don't know. My biggest fear right now is in Brown's, nomenclature is, if the team starts to go sideways, he can lose that locker room really quick. And, I don't know if it's starting to see it in Towns already, but, that's my biggest concern is his thing with the teams that he's coached the last couple of years is, if they don't have an identity and they're not doing what their identity does, then, he can lose that locker room real quick. And then those players are going to check out, and then this can get really bad really quick. So,
true.
They gotta figure it out. They gotta come together and figure out where everybody's pros and cons are, and they gotta help each other out and fix it. And if there's moves that have to happen, I hate to say it, but still it's about the team, not the players. So I mean, we got to figure out what's best for this team, figure out where we can get over this hump, because we've been waiting too damn long for a chip to just make all these moves and then it just fall apart again. So I don't know. It's hard to say, man. It's like I said, we all sitting here, we're all scratching our heads trying to figure this out. Yes, it's still early in the season and it's still young, but you just don't want it to go downhill fast and then there's no way to recover. So
these are all valid points, Will. Valid points. Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate you tapping in.
Oh, man.
Hey, Will is saying, hey, we got to take care of this thing bright and early before it gets too late. And I don't disagree. And it's interesting, CK. I was looking up the free throw attempts and seeing where the Knicks are this season in attempts. And do you know where they are right now? Where do you think they rank?
Try and make a get for free throws, right? Attempts. Oh, no, I'm thinking 3. We can't be high. Are we in the middle of the pack or towards the lower half?
We are towards the lower half.
Yeah. I believe that.
It's 22.
And then I'm sure if you check the call, our 3-point attempts, aren't we like top 5?
Oh yeah, we're number 4 right now.
Yeah. So that validated the call.
Yeah. They are 22nd right now in the league, averaging 24 free throws per game. Number 1 in the league is the team we just played tonight, the Orlando Magic. They get to the free throw line a lot. They're averaging 31 attempts per game. So just to give you some context of how far behind the Knicks are, and it's fascinating because when you go back and look at the history, like prior to when Julius's last year when he got injured, Knicks were always top when it came to free throw attempts, even with Brunson on this team, right? So they were damn near at the top. Actually, if you go back to 22-23, Knicks were 3rd when it came to free throw attempts. They just knew how to slow down the game and get to the free throw line. And you got to think about having like guys like RJ and guys like that who are physical and were willing to embrace the contact. We don't have that type of team now. This team is not really like that. This team is more of a finesse team, and so you're not going to really get all those free throw attempts. But you will get the average of 43 threes a game, which we're 4th right now, and leading the league is the Cavaliers with 44. And this is kind of like why I'm also like not so gung ho on being like Boston Celtics and just live and die by the 3. And look, the Knicks shot decently tonight from downtown, but it's not necessarily the recipe for success. They shot 35%, and we just discussed. But when you're looking at their average, they are averaging 36, so not too far. They're actually, CK, was actually funny is that prior to the Mavs game, they were in the top. They were in the top 10, and then
top
they
10?
dropped. Yes, they were in the top 10 in 3-point percentage.
2 games. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what it was. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on one second. Give me a minute, and I will get the answer for you. Okay, so then let's start from there. Knicks played on Wednesday. So if we go before that, the Knicks were by 3-point percentage. Come on, man. Load. NBA.com. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Knicks were 9th in 3-point percentage. Prior to playing the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday, they were averaging 37.3. That was a 3-point percentage. 37% essentially.
Yeah.
After the Mavs game, all right. So now after the Mavs game, and now you include this game, the Knicks are 14th, and they average 36.6% from downtown. So not a huge drop, but it just tells you, man. I mean, it's very early. Things are going to bounce around just because it's still 16 games. But hey, one bad shooting night could take you from number 9 down to 14. So them's the breaks, man. Them's the breaks. Craziness. Absolute craziness, man. Absolute craziness. Knicks, you got to like this is going back to my point. This is why I don't like living and dying by. If you don't make your shots, as we saw Wednesday against the Mavs, then you're in a dogfight, and you don't like it's. Why do you want to put yourself into that position? You know what I mean? And then when you look at, let's go to the last time they played the Magic, because they shot, by the way, 31% that game from downtown. The first time they played the Magic, and they lost that one. It's like, switch it up. Switch it up. Get into the paint. Get physical. Like,
it only makes it harder on the defense.
Slow the game down. Slow the game down. We're not doing that, man. We got to do that. Switch it up a bit. And I'm not just talking like Cat and Brunson obviously got to the line. I'm talking about everybody else needs to do that, man. Everybody else needs to do that.
Got you.
Not beautiful, man. Just not beautiful in the way that it's going. All right. Let's bring in our last caller of the night. And we'll wrap up after this. All right. Let's get to JimJar 87. JimJar, what's happening, bro? JimJar, can you hear me? Are you there? I see you unmuted the mic. All right, JimJar, I see that you're unmuting the mic. You're having some difficulty. Hop out.
No, I was just making sure I was able to talk.
Okay, there we go. Now it's working. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, KnicksFanTV? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
No, I'm good, bro.
Okay.
Nah, I was at the game today.
Oh, you were at the game today. All right, let's give us the details, man. Did you go to the KFTV watch party? You were just at the game. What happened?
No, I went to the watch party. It was good vibes. Saw a lot of Knicks fans.
All right. So how was the watch party, man? What'd you guys do? How was the vibe? What was the setting like? How many people showed up?
It was a pretty decent amount. It was about, I couldn't even count, man. It was people coming in and out, but it was a good vibe. Like the wings were good. But toward come time, like game time, everyone started leaving. So I started heading out to the arena. Vibes were good. It was immaculate into the fourth quarter. I see a lot of people are talking about with Cat and stuff like that. But I think the main problem is closing out the game. Knicks fell apart in the fourth quarter so terribly. I think that's when the defense just gave up and they just got gassed out. Mike Brown needs to figure out better game plans and better way to swap out players. Mitch should have got a little bit more minutes, so he could start and defend those shots and stuff like that, man. It's just terrible on the fourth quarter. The Knicks always get gassed out in the fourth quarter, even towards the Mavs. The Mavs, that was horrible too. How are we losing against a team that doesn't have their top players, So even with Bobo Banchero out, I think it's just the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, they need to really step up. The Knicks need to step up in the fourth quarter and make those shots and close out the game. I think that's what happened.
Hey, man. People need to this is what we need, man, from the New York Knicks, is that they just need to step up defensively. I agree with you on that. So, but outside of that, how are the vibes in MSG South? Where was it electric? Were there a lot of Knicks fans there? What was going on?
Oh, dude, man. The section I was in, man, there were so many Knicks fans. I had this guy just going off, telling the rest, man, blah blah this and blah blah that. It was good, man. We're booing, and when the Knicks came out, when they were coming up for shootouts, it was just screaming and electrifying. I was yeah, this is what I want to see. I knew the Knicks fans were out there, man. It was good, man. I really liked it. It's really good to see all the Knicks fans out here. And anybody that that went to the game, shout out to y'all, man, showing up and stuff. I always try to go out and support the Knicks when they come to the Kia Center. But man, it was good, man. It was good. It was a lot of Knicks fans. It was a lot of love, and even though we lost, everyone was just still talking shit. Like it's the Knicks fans.
Wait, family show. Watch.
Nah, I'm sorry.
All good. I'm just giving you the warning, man. This is a family
I got
show,
you, brother. I got you. I'll try to keep it clean.
all right. So appreciate you for tapping in, JimJar. What's your name, man? Are you from Orlando? Do you live in Orlando? Are you from New York? What's going on
so
here?
my name is Jamar. I'm from New Jersey, so that's where I get my Knicks heritage from. I did not choose the Nets. No, I was a Knickerbocker. Okay, so I chose the Knicks. But now I live in the Kissimmee area, so when I get a chance to go out to the Knicks game, I go out there and have fun.
All right, man. There it is. So Jamar, you said Jamar, right?
Yeah.
Jamar, appreciate you for calling in, man. Appreciate you for tapping in and giving us the
for
intel.
sure. Shout out to you guys. All love and have a good night and take it easy. I'll still tap into the show.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. That was Jamar tapping in. All right. I will say, Jamar, outside of the family show slip up, I got to throw the flagrant out there. We have to do a rewind. I do have, shout out to TM, man. All right. TM is like Secaucus for us. All right. He can pull back the footage and say, hey, hold on 1 second. We're going to change the shot from a 3 to a 2. Hey, there is a flagrant, so I got to throw the red flag, man. I'm not sure if he knows what he said, but it was a massive pause moment, all right? Massive.
Oh, Lord.
So I'll let the people go back and tap in, all right?
Oh, you're not even going to – so you're like ESPN, you ain't going to hit the replay? Because
no.
No. Okay.
So no. I can't say it either, man, because then everyone's going to say, hey, yo, pause to me, all right? So I can't – it can't be a secondhand embarrassment type thing, all right, man? We can't have that, okay?
It sounds like – look, by reading the chat, it sounds like he made it out in the clear, and then you just gave him a flag, and we don't even know why he got a flag. Hey, look, man. NBA Review Center. Right. See, come on, man.
Come on, man. NBA Review Center. That's why we got TM, man. He's like, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, man.
But Jamar, appreciate you calling in. Make sure to tap back in, man. Appreciate you. We always need Knicks fans in Orlando and make that MSG South. And it sounded like it was rocking too, man. It sounded like it was rocking.
Yeah, man. They're holding it down.
All right. Ooh, we got some super chats that are coming in. All right. So let's make sure to shout out some of our super chats. We got the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Shout out to you, Chuck, for being a franchise channel member. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat. He said, first half, 26-16. Second half, 30 wins. Mines are in March, bodies in November. As for defense, Tibbs yelled for 52 minutes, 2 before the game, 2 after 48, and for 100 games. LOL. He reminded who they were. This is true, man. This is true. Hey, got to keep these guys locked in. You said it early in the season, Chuck. These guys got to be mentally in it every single game. We got, I am not sure what that name is put all together. It is a lot of words, but shout out to you for the $2 super chat. All right, we got Willie Cruz. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you as well. He said they have to score 130 points to win a game. No defense. Yeah, man, there is no defense. The fact that we got to rely on 130 points, that is crazy. Looking like the Sacramento Kings 2.0 out here. We got, okay, let's see. Let's see. Who else we got in here? We got Zach Noah again. Shout out for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. We got Soup with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member as well. He said, these callers talking about last year's team. Knicks got washed by every good team till postseason. What are they talking about? Hey, man, that's a very valid point. And even saying that, hey, this team played with a lot of grit. I do remember in January, this team started to get a little funky and not really compete on a regular basis. So starting out last season, very strong. I will say that. They did start out very strong from like a personal individual standpoint, but it has not been that same way right now. So things gotta change, and these guys gotta come correct. Knicks on New York City said for a $2 super chat, shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. Tibbs as an assistant for defense only. That man will not come back. All right, we fired him. He said absolutely not. Why would he help? That man went to Boston, Minnesota, and giving out information, intel all over the place. Man, that is not gonna happen. We got Cool Vids, man. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member and the $5 super chat. He said Knicks front office needs to send Tibbs a prepaid shipping label to return the team defense that he took home with him. Yo, that's a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good one. That was a good one. I appreciate that one. I appreciate that one. We got Mr. L Channel 9760 with the $5 super chat. Said best version of team was the 24 when OG was traded. Randall was injured during playoffs. Cat does not have a mid-range game. We have issues. He doesn't have a mid-range game. He doesn't really shoot that shot, man. It's either 3, drive, or post. And as of right now, all that stuff is a question mark because he is not being efficient as we're accustomed to him doing, as we saw last season. We got
why I was mad
Knicks.
that he tried to win us the game on Monday off of a fadeaway jumper instead of going to the rim. Sorry, next call. Next super. Go ahead. Sorry.
Knicks on New York City. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. $2 super chat. He said Cat was in the litter box. Shaking my head. Hey, that's very accurate. Very, very accurate. You can tell it all by CK's face. He's like, yep. It's a tough one, but yeah, that's about right. Okay. All right, man. We got one more caller. And so we'll take this last call, and then we'll wrap from here. All right, we got Harjeezy on the line. Harjeezy, what's going on? Jeezy.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. We can hear you. What's happening?
Awesome. All right. Thanks for letting me get on the call. So I'll make it quick. I know it's the end of the show. That, we talk about moral victories. This was like one of those morale dipping losses. You just, this is the times when we miss someone like Dante, his type of energy, the tenacity that he had. I think we're definitely missing that this year. This is the woes we're going to face early in the season. We talked about it even before the season started. Things like, having, not having enough length on the team, that's a big issue for us too, with the wings. The silver lining I'll say is, even those a few minutes, seeing Diawara, his tenacity on the D, he's making his rookie mistakes, but, there's potential in him. Mikal Bridges' consistency throughout the season has been key. And I had to give Kolek his flowers. He did his best Brunson impressions today, with the hezzy pulls and trying to draw the fouls.
Yeah, he got robbed on that and one. Crazy.
Yeah. And one last thing I'll say is the highlight I would say of the game was seeing, CP yelling at Jalen Suggs. I don't know if you guys saw it during the live cast, and I had to pause the TV for a moment, and I saw CP going at him. I was like, all right, so even though the game was lost, seeing CP yell at Suggs, that was that was good to see. So it sucks. We just got to move on to the next one. So that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Appreciate you for tapping in, Harjeezy. That was Jeezy on the line.
Jeezy.
Young. Tried, man. Tried. Yeah. What it is. But hey, that was Harjeezy. Good call. Appreciate the call. And yeah, man, it's tough. And it's Nick's son. Okay, sorry, Nick's son. Nick's son, not Nick's on. There we go. Hey, Nick's son. Nick's son, New York City. My apologies. And shout out to you for being number 2 right now in the chat. All right, in the chat ranks. But hey, it's tough, man. And I see people in the chat right now saying that there's overreactions. I don't know if they're talking about us or just having a conversation in the chat. But if it's in general, we're not. I don't think it's an overreaction. We're talking about the game, what we're seeing right now. And look, it's taken on a game by game basis. They look good 1 minute. They look tough to watch another minute. And we're starting to see patterns. That's the thing. We're starting to see patterns, and we want them to break these patterns and be ready for what's important, man. As we hear people calling, they want to see this team win a championship. You ain't going to win a championship playing no defense. All right? I'll tell you that right now. And you can't just magically turn it on. And I get guys are injured, and we got to wait for those guys to get back. But, hey, you at least want to see that the rest of the guys are out there are competing on the regular on a night-to-night basis. That's all, man. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. And there we go, man. There we have it. That is another KFTV post-game live. The New York Knicks lost to the Orlando Magic. They lost in Disney World today. All right, they lost 133 to 121. Knicks thought they were going to get this one, and then they just let go of the rope in the fourth quarter once again. So So you all know what to do. All right, we will wait for the next one. They play the Brooklyn Nets on Monday. Looking to bounce back on that one, and then they'll be back on the road, even though they get to go to their, their summer home in Brooklyn. So hopefully they get to bounce back there. Appreciate you all for tapping in. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. With me on the other side is my guy CK2K, aka Play-by-Play Extraordinaire. So make sure to give him a follow. Make sure to give everyone a follow. Make sure to support the channel, okay? If you can't catch today's show, you can catch it on YouTube. Be part of the replay game. Go back to YouTube and go watch it. And if not, you gotta catch us on the go. Hey, we're on any audio listening platform you like to tap into. Apple, Spotify, Google Play, all those places, so you can go find the shows over there. On top of that, make sure to go support our newsletter. Okay, we got a lot of great writers over there doing the damn thing, giving you content on the daily. On top of that, that's a good way to stay up to date with all of the merch, with all of our sponsors, with all of the watch parties, anything that's going on with the channel. It's a good way just to stay connected. So make sure to support and go subscribe to that newsletter. It's a very good thing to do. Top of that, make sure to support our sponsors, Rula. Okay, go support Rula. That's going to rula.com, rula.com/KFTV to go support and start taking care of your mental health. Make sure to support our other sponsor, SeatGeek. Use that KFTV 10 to get 10% off your purchase. Remember, people, best way to go get tickets to go to any live concerts or sporting events. They got you hooked up, okay? And yeah, that's it, man. That's all she wrote. Unfortunately, the Knicks couldn't bounce back and against Orlando and get this dub, but on to the next one, guys. On to the next one. So we'll catch y'all later.